Thinking about buying or selling a home in Edmonton and wondering if 2026 is the right time. Today, we're joined by Edmonton's real estate Matthew Bennett,
Yes, sir.
the man behind Bennett Will Sell It, to break down what buyers and sellers need to know right now to win in a changing market. Welcome back to the show called One Step. Let's talk about the journey. My name is Joel Bennett. Matthew, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a fun fact for you before, just to break the ice for us. Did you know that 95% of my guests are women? No, I'm not joking, man. So
That's surprising.
Women are my number one supporters. So I'm hoping that you just broke the ice and some men will reach out to collaborate and stuff.
That's good because when I check out your profile on Instagram, I realize that it's mostly females.
Mostly
Really.
females.
I know a few of the females actually.
So thanks to all those women for their support, and I'm looking forward to hearing from the men.
Most definitely.
So before we begin, Matthew, and by the way, you guys noticed that our last name is Bennett, right?
Exactly.
So we're not sure if we're related yet, but we're trying to figure it out.
Exactly. That's fine.
Now, Matthew, tell us a bit about your journey. What inspired you to become a realtor, and how did you carve your path in Edmonton's real estate? I'm pretty sure it's not easy.
No, Edmonton. Well, actually, I was born in Jamaica. Let me first start with that. So, to everyone who's watching, Wagwan, big of yourself. Yeah. I was born in Jamaica, and then I moved to Toronto with my family.
Okay.
I went to school there, right? After school, I got into the entertainment industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. With my friends, we had a entertainment group, Currency Entertainment.
Let's see.
I don't know if they will see this video, but shout out to Currency Entertainment. So after leaving school, I was just doing the odd jobs here and there. And for those who are in Toronto or from Toronto, know it's a tough place.
It is.
You know, there's many people moving from different countries coming into Toronto, so it's very competitive.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle to kind of break the ice because we moved to Canada to have a better life.
Yeah.
Right, better education as well, and the competition was really strong. And I didn't have families here before, so there's no one to start the foundation. Okay. So we had to come and do it ourselves. So I just decided. I had a friend who moved out to Alberta here, and I checked in with him a couple of times, and he told me that it's great. Alberta is great.
Yeah.
Working in the factory, and he's like, I'm making $29 an hour, and then the last time I checked, it was $32 an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this sounds pretty good.
Alberta,
because being in Toronto and making like $15 an hour working in the factory was tough. So I just decided that I'm gonna take a leap of faith and just move to Alberta.
Yeah.
So I just reached out to my cousin, my sister, and says, hey, we're both struggling. We're all struggling. So let's make a move. Let's try something different. So that's where it really started from. So we migrated here, started renting. I landed a job with the city of Edmonton as a transit operator.
Okay.
Right. And I kind of just built up from there. So what really motivated me to get into real estate is the strong desire that I have to build generational wealth. Right. And it's actually two things mainly. The strong desire to build generational wealth, and also my friends. I have a few friends who we came up with this great idea to start a construction company, right? So we got that started. They had experience in construction. I didn't have any experience in construction, so to balance out the equation and to make sure that I'm bringing something to the table, and because of the goals and plans that we have, I said, it's best to start to become a realtor, add something to the equation. So I took my course and I passed the course and I got into real estate. I always have a passion, for developments, for homes, for helping people. So that's always the driving force as well. And working with transit, I was traveling all over the city of Edmonton. I saw the growth, I saw the development, and I'm like, in Toronto, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a new city, a new place, that getting their breakthrough in development, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So that's really what got me into real estate. And so the part of the question, it says how I carved out my path.
Yeah.
I carved out my path by learning the city,
Yeah.
block by block, understanding the neighborhoods. And the truth be told, where else to learn the city other than by working for the city?
That's true.
And I think working for transit complement getting into real estate so much. I'm already out there seeing the development. There's no one to compare to somebody who is on the ground, traveling to different communities, seeing the people, seeing the growth. So that really helped me to carve out my path, because a lot of people who decide to become a realtor, they have to learn how to learn construction. They have to learn the different communities. I got a head start because I was always in the community. So I didn't have to learn what Jasper community is like, or what Collingwood is like, or what, the Archers is like. That came through the experience of driving transit. So that helped me to carve out a path. And then once I had the desire and the plan to get into to real estate, I just begin to build relationships, just like how we connected.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it works. I just start building relationships, reaching out to people, professionals who would complement the career that I decide to get into. And that's kind of how I just build up from the ground, and just build relationships with different individuals over the last 5 years. And that set me apart for sure.
I can't leave out where there are challenges. Because we know it wasn't a smooth road.
No. It's most definitely there's.
You don't have to get too deep, but tell us some of the surface stuff.
It was very challenging.
Yeah.
Because if you just think about the idea of starting something new, especially when you don't have the financial means, you never had somebody who started the foundation. You really didn't get a true head start or anything like that. I didn't know. Wow. I didn't know anyone in the real estate industry.
Yeah.
Right? Not from my country, not among my peers. Yeah. So it was very challenging to get a break into it.
Yeah.
So I moved to a city. Being here, before I got into real estate, it was about 5 years being in Edmonton. I didn't know a lot of people. I only knew the people that I met on the bus, the people that goes to my church, and a few friends that I meet, somewhere outside on the road there, right?
Yeah.
So it was very challenging, because you're fresh. 5 years is still fresh in Edmonton.
Oh yeah.
Right? And especially being from the Caribbean, there's not a lot of Jamaicans here. When I started with transit, there was people were surprised when they see me on the bus. They was like, oh, there's another black person driving the bus, because there's not a lot of Caribbean people, there's not a lot of Jamaicans. Right? So I did not have that reach. So it was very challenging. When I started out, people were selling houses like crazy, and I'm like, where am I going to find the next client? How am I going to make this work? So the biggest challenge is connecting with people who would want to support you. And number one, we didn't have enough Caribbean people, because you would like for your own to start supporting you first before anyone.
That's what we all expect.
That's what we all expect, but it doesn't always work out that way.
It does
right?
not.
So I was out there, and I see people from the community, and they decide to work with somebody else. I mean, everybody have their own prerogative. They're free to do what they want to do, right? But I saw people buying houses from different individuals, and I'm like, hey, I'm starting off, man. Let's support me. It's give me a start and stuff like that. So nobody supported me at first. Until someone from work gave me the opportunity to list their house, and man, I sold it. Like I think I got an offer while I was out with my family and stuff like that at the lake, and I got an offer by the next day, right? And went into I believe it was multiple, and sold that house really quick, and then people start talking about it, and then people start to get some confidence in because they see that, hey, the guy's actually putting in some work, because people move off what they see. right? So yeah, that was one of the biggest challenging is not having the means, not having the financial means as well, because just married at the time, have my first son.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my dad.
Exactly. My wife wasn't working. I was all by myself, and I had to balance between real estate and and transit at the same time. It was very difficult. I think scheduling was the most difficult thing for me.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that, because most times, and I can imagine our listeners think that you must have had a smooth path, and you were well set up. Yeah, but we have to be honest, and we have to share these things. Your tagline is "Bennett will sell it." I like it, by the way.
Yeah, of course, it's your last name too.
Exactly. Where did that come from, and how does it shape the way you serve your clients, especially buyers and sellers, navigating uncertainty in 2026? So tell us about Bennett will sell it.
Okay, let's start with the tagline.
Yeah.
You would probably think I was the one that came up with the tagline.
Well, you're a name, right? Let's get. Is it the wife? Is it your wife?
No, it wasn't my wife either.
Okay.
Yeah? It's a funny story behind it. Like, once I start getting in my career, I start getting the support, start building relationships, and God has a way to show you favor. And I just begin to experience favor from God, and I don't know how I did, man. I was just selling homes like crazy.
Wow.
So one of my friend who is a part of the construction team, his wife is on my WhatsApp as well. Oh, okay. So I normally post status to show people that, I'm doing the job. I could get it done. And, I think it was a week. It was really hot, man. I was like selling house, and she was like, man, you're selling house like every day, and then another time she saw me and she was like, Bennett will sell it. Okay. Yeah. She was like, Bennett will sell it, because she's like, man, if you're selling house like this, I guess once you put the house up, it's going to be sold. Yeah. So she said, Bennett will sell it. I'm like, that hits. That works. And then after that, I was still selling homes like crazy. So it just kind of worked out to become that tagline after all. So it's a catchy tagline as well. So everyone starts seeing me, they start saying, Bennett will sell it. Some people say Mr. Bennett will sell it. Some people will be like, hey, how does it go again? Bennett will sell it. Right? So people don't even greet me as Matthew anymore. Really. It's like Bennett will sell it. So that's it's from my friend's wife.
You should merge that and give your clients, after a good relationship, give them a shirt, a hat with Bennett will sell it on it.
That's in the making. That's in the making, because after people start, the taglines start getting real catchy.
That's how lots of brands came about.
Yes.
So firm. Well, you're a smart guy. I know that you probably have ideas and plans.
That's in the making for sure.
Let's talk about your Jamaican Canadian culture, because we're Canadians, right? How has your cultural background, which is Jamaican, influenced your business style, work ethics, and the way you build trust with your clients? Because you're different now. You're unique in this environment.
Yes. I'm sure if you search out there for Jamaican realtors now there's a few Jamaican realtors, but I know if you search out there, it's going to be hard to find a Jamaican Canadian realtor who's working out there, right? So I think as Jamaican, we're resilient. Yeah. I think we're hardworking. As a matter of fact, from being a Jamaican yourself, from the moment we start school, we're pushed into going to school, do the best you can. At the same time, there's so many things happening around you where you have to hustle as well. You got to put some work in. So that was always in me. Always going out there, always working. I actually was doing buying and selling from I was in Jamaica. Okay. Right?
What were you buying and selling?
So my dad was actually a farmer,
Oh, okay.
Okay. My dad was a farmer. So I guess that's where, the business part of things came in, because I was like, hey, you got to give me some stuff. Like, I got to go work to do my thing. So he would sell some to what they call the higgler, the people who would take it to the market, and wholesalers and stuff like that. And then, whatever left over, he would be like, hey, you could take this. Yeah. So I would take it to the market, and I would sell, and I was good at it, man. I was finishing pretty early, and the person that I went with, I would help her to sell her goods because I would finish so early. So I realized that I have this thing to work good with people. I have this charisma, So that's pretty weird. It some of the just my character and everything starts coming together. And being Jamaicans always stand out. That's the that's the really difference.
Hard to hide.
No matter where you go from, they hear your accent, they're like, yeah, man, he's a Jamaican. It's hard. So work ethics like that brought over to being a Canadian as well, where I came here when I was in high school.
Okay.
So going to high school in Toronto, Toronto, man, a lot of people, multicultural. I have friends from China, I had friends from India, right? So I was dealing with different cultures.
Yeah.
I know what they like, what's their dislike and so forth. So I think it's just being hardworking. Yeah. We have that built into us because of the lifestyle in Jamaica. You had to go out and get it. So, just the mixture of being Jamaican Canadian set me apart. Yeah. Because I know how to deal with people. I also understand the hustle as well of trying to make it out, trying to build something new, right? So when people come to me and they're from India, it's not an awkward relationship. They're very comfortable with me because I have Indian friends. I know how to talk to them. I know things that they like, things that they dislike. So that really set me apart and carved out a way, I would say, overall for the mixture there.
Being culturally exposed, it does give you an advantage.
100%.
When it comes to relating to people.
Most definitely.
As we move forward into 2026,
yes, sir.
How would you describe Edmonton's housing market compared to high-price cities like Toronto, where you were from, and Vancouver, of course?
Another advantage that I have is growing up in Toronto. It was hard for a newcomer or someone in an entry-level job to own a property there. So I understand how difficult, how difficult it was to build, to kind of get that exposure as well, to start off something new. For 2026, we know that Edmonton is still one of the most affordable city in Canada right now.
So I've heard,
when compared to Ontario, British Columbia, the price difference is tremendously different.
Even Calgary too, right?
Even Calgary. Calgary got a pretty decent jump ahead of Edmonton, but we're kind of neck to them. When you look at the difference between the appreciation value in Calgary versus Edmonton, it's not too bad. Someone could move from Edmonton and go purchase a house in Calgary, no problem. Yeah, because it's not much. You might pay like $50,000-$60,000 more, but if you were buying say a detached property here, entry level, you could go to Calgary and do the same. But you couldn't leave from here, right? Being able to afford, say, a half duplex and go to Toronto and buy a half duplex. You wouldn't even be able to afford a townhouse. Not even a condo.
Fully aware.
That's the vast difference between Edmonton and Toronto. So in 2026, I think we will continue to have a steady growth. Ontario is very expensive.
I know.
And a lot of times when buyers call me from Ontario, because that's where I'm from, I'm able to relate. I'm like, hey man, come on. There's a lot of people that buy a house from me that move from BC, but I have a different relationship with people from Toronto because they tell me and they're like, hey, I'm like, hey, where are you from? And they're like, hey man, I'm from Scarborough. We're in Scarborough. I used to live in Birchmount and Finch, and people are like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So when they ask me now what it's like moving to Alberta, I can explain the difference between prices and also the difference between way of life here, because I've been exposed to both cities. So that's, I think moving forward in 2026 for Edmonton, we're expecting stable growth, sustainable growth, right? I think prices are just going to slowly edge up. Every now and then you're going to have a pullback, which is normal in any kind of market. But I think you should be comfortable still purchasing Edmonton because we're so far. When you look at the prices, there's such a big difference that there's so much room to grow for Edmonton compared to Ontario. they don't have any space in Ontario for the most part.
Yeah.
In major cities, I would say.
Overcrowded a bit.
It's overcrowded a lot, in my opinion.
Should we be concerned, well, for newcomers or individuals who haven't purchased a home yet, that the prices for homes will become more expensive, seeing that there are more people coming here?
In Edmonton, most definitely.
So are we far off from Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, BC?
Yeah, we're not too far off from Calgary.
In terms of prices?
In terms of pricing, yeah, we're not too far off. But when you think about Ontario and BC, we're far off from that.
Okay.
You could still get townhouse here for low to mid 300. You definitely can't get that nowhere in Ontario or British Columbia. So I don't think that new buyers should be stressing out much, because there's still room. However, it's always better to secure when you can secure instead of waiting and saying, hey, Edmonton is so far off, because we're still growing. So if you wait too long, you're going to miss that gap, because the reality is, when you were, say, 5 years ago, and you were able to buy a half duplex for, say, 320,000.
400 plus now.
You're looking at 400 plus. So you're thinking about the appreciation over 5 years. It's not crazy like Ontario.
Yeah.
But however, for somebody who's buying a $320,000 house, and now it's 420, 425, that's $100,000 difference. You're gonna feel it when you look at your mortgage premium.
Significantly.
On
the topic of cost or prices for home, let's talk more about that. What are the current average home price in Edmonton, and what trends should buyers watch in 2026 market to pay attention to?
Can you repeat the question again?
In terms of, so what are the current or the average home prices in Edmonton?
Okay.
And what trend should buyers watching the 2026 market be paying attention to?
Okay, so let's first deal with the different trends.
Yeah.
I think buyers should pay attention to immigration.
Okay.
Newcomers moving into Alberta.
Yeah.
Because that affects the prices, right? The available properties. Because the reality is that most people who are moving from out of province, or even out of the country to come to Edmonton first, they're looking to purchase entry-level homes. When I say entry-level homes, I'm talking about like a nice half duplex.
And cost? And
cost still.
What's the cost for?
The cost, you could get a nice half duplex right now for like in the low 400s, like 425, 430 should be comfortable start.
My God.
Price. It's still high compared to probably what you purchased for and what I purchased for, right? Yeah, man. The price is definitely going up for sure.
Okay.
So
and before we forget,
and the prices you asked about the different prices. So if you want a half duplex, in Ontario they probably say semi-detached. You're looking at about low 400,000.
Okay.
And you could still get a single family, a detached home for, I would say, 450 and up, like mid 400s. You can still get a detached. Yeah, you can still. I've
never seen that price.
No.
It's always in the 500s.
No. Right now, because of the market has gone down just a little bit, so builders have a lot of promotion going on. So you could find it. The only thing is that you're gonna get it probably without a garage, but the reality is that you can add a garage later, right? Because they put the space there for it. But if you're just looking at the bare minimum to get, you could start off like 450, 460. You could find it even outside of Edmonton, like Beaumont and Leduc. I have a couple of properties that one in Beaumont and 450, 500. You could still get a price if you're looking for a townhouse now. Yeah. Right, like townhouse with maybe condo fee like 300s. It's still high, man. But
I remember when those were just in the 200s.
200s, man, low 200s. But now you're looking at like low 300s, and condo fees like 300. And if you want lower condo fee, it's newer properties. Yeah, and you might be able to pay a condo fee of $150, but you're looking at 365. you know, in a nice community, you're looking at about 365. You're looking for a condo,
Yeah.
under 300, you could still get a condominium.
So comparing cost to location, because Edmonton is north side, south side, you know, west and so forth.
Yeah.
Tell us what the difference is in price. Like, you know, maybe if I want something I can afford, maybe I need to go to the north side or south side. Is there a difference for the price?
I would start off by saying it comes down to where people want to live.
Okay.
That's where it starts off from.
Okay.
So you could still go to north side, and if you want to live in, say, Cybecker or you know, one of those community, you're still gonna pay a premium for being in the north.
Really?
All right. Yeah. But you know, you got West Clearview, East Clearview. Yeah. You know, like communities like those, you know, tend to sell at a lower value, right? So I believe that there's different pockets in different part of the city that that reflects different prices. Doesn't matter if you're buying a condominium or if you're buying a detached home. So when I'm dealing with my clients and they reach out to me, first I break down what to expect in the south side.
Yeah.
What the demographics for the people who lives in South Edmonton.
Can we talk about that afterwards, or that's a no?
That's fine. That's fine. We could touch a little bit on it. Okay. I don't want to get too much into it.
Yeah.
We can touch a little bit on it.
I like the probe. Sorry.
Yeah. So in South side, I live in South.
Okay.
I live in South. I used to live in Middle Art before, so I do love the West End.
Yeah, of course.
Right, but South side, it's hot, man. It's hot. I sold quite a bit of homes in, especially Chappelle.
Yeah.
Right, it's just a nice newer community, and that's what newcomers love.
I like Chappelle.
Yeah, man. Newcomers, you know, first time buyers, they want to move to these communities because they want to make sure that they're close to daycare. Yeah. They could take the bus, and you know, they want to go to like park close by and different amenities. Yeah. So Southside has that because the way it's set up is that you have like, when you look at the pockets, like you look at, say, Kavanagh, Allard, Chappelle, Windermere, Terwilliger, these communities are all nice communities that's right in the same location.
Yeah.
But when you come to like, say, Edgemount or Uplands in the West End, newer communities as well, but say 10 minutes drive or less, and you could go into Collingwood, you know, or close to West Edmonton Mall, and the prices are going to be different, right? Versus if you go to North Edmonton, and most people, they buy a lot of properties sold in Cybecker, newer community as well, right? So when you look at the difference between Cybecker and East Clearview, most newcomers want to go to Cybecker where it's nice, you have it's near the park and stuff like that. So I don't think I want to get into too much.
I know.
Those who live in the area and stuff like that.
I'll ask you a random.
But from our culture, from our culture,
Yeah.
right, from the Black community, whether you're from, maybe I'll feel more comfortable touching on that.
Yeah, we can do that.
From our community, say the Black community, Caribbeans, Africans, and so forth. You find a lot of that in North Edmonton. A lot of us lives in North Edmonton. Yeah. But as I've explained already, you could find some really nice places, and you could find some places that are, I'm not going to say it's a bad area, it's an area that is still in transition. Right? So it comes down to your affordability, where you're going to be able to buy. But I always tell people that if you could buy in West Clearview, I educate them and let them know that this is what you're going to be dealing with. So you're going to be comfortable. You have to be comfortable living in that area, dealing with this dynamics of people that lives in this area, and what you're exposed to with the possibility of the projection of change. So I educate them on that as well, because, you know, working for transit, a lot of places where people had no desire to live, those locations are become premium areas. Premium areas. A perfect example of that, nobody wanted to go to like Jasper Place area, but now they're doing a lot of infills in that area, and they're going for a high value, right? You have places like Stadium. Nobody wanted to live in Stadium, but there's a lot of developments that are happening in this area. When I came to Edmonton, there was no such thing as Ice District. Nobody wanted to live downtown. Now downtown is a premium location. I mean, I would say 70% of it, or somewhere around there, if that much, right?
we
Or probably less.
Yes, we should have more parking.
Yeah. And more parking as well. That's good. But that's just when they call me, I would say give them the opportunity to have a confidential discussion with me on what they're looking for, where they would like to live, and then I keep it real, because now it's like behind closed door. I could express myself a little bit more.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to help you as best as possible to make an informed decision with such a big purchase as purchasing a home. Yeah.
What are some of the misconceptions people have about waiting to buy until 2026, 2027? That must be lots.
I'm gonna give you a few misconceptions. One of the misconceptions is buyers or sellers are just people overall. They believe that they can time the market perfectly. Like, I get calls sometimes with clients saying, hey, this is what's going to happen at this time. I'm like, there's no way you could time the market down to the T. Right? So they decide to sit on the sideline. I remember, I'll give you a short story. I remember about 2-3 years ago, I had a client who I told, don't sit on the sideline, because I know, based on the information, the data that I have, we're projecting for price to go up.
Okay.
I says, buy now. They decide that, hey, they want to stay a little bit later because they believe that prices would drop and interest rate would drop, that it would fit them into a different category. The reality is, when working with that client again, what they could have afforded 2 years ago, they weren't able to afford it when they came to me. So I would say one of the biggest misconceptions is believing that they can time the market perfectly. Another one is believing that interest rate will drop so much that it will allow you to shop in a different category, price category. A lot of people believe that, hey, I could afford have a semi-detached, at that time, say around $375 to $400, and they're like, we're so close to that $430 or $450 mark at the time. I want to wait to see if the price will come down to meet me at my budget. The market is not going to depreciate that much, especially in an Edmonton market. Especially when you're dealing with entry-level home like duplex, you got to be real careful, because the increments of how it appreciates is so closely packed that you're not going to get such a huge pullback, especially in some communities. People and the people who live in the area, they're being very informed right now, so they know what their property is worth. So they're not just slashing the price $50,000. We're just not in that market. Just as how, except in very rare situations where prices or multiple offers comes in and you end up paying $50,000 or $80,000, it's not a normal thing in Edmonton. So don't expect the prices to slash like that as well. So don't wait for interest rate to drop tremendously, because we know that interest rate it don't decrease like that. So I would say, buy what you can afford and build from it when you can afford it. Yes, and build from that, because a lot of clients, when they come and we have a discussion, I show them that, hey, if you had purchased a property 2 years ago, when you were able to purchase a property, you'd have this amount of equity right now, and in say in the next 2-3 years, you could sell that property and refinance it, and you'll be able to buy that single family home. Instead of waiting to buy the single family homes for 5 years and rent for 5 years, and then going back to try and purchase that property at $450, now it maybe be at $5 or $550. So I would say, do it now if you can.
Thanks for that, Matthew. You've earned the Royal LePage Diamond Award and ranked nationally among the top performers. What is the Royal LePage? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. LePage Diamond Award.
Some French people say Royal LePage.
Is it?
But I just say Royal LePage.
Okay, so it's LePage or LePage?
I say Royal LePage, but technically it's the French. They say Royal LePage.
What does that recognition actually represent about the way you serve your clients?
Well, that award ranked me among the top realtors nationally.
Yeah.
And the result of that is just definitely hard work.
Okay.
Hard work and determination. I'm a man of faith.
Okay.
So I never left out the fact that it's the favor of God to allow me to work with the people that I work with and serve the people that I serve. That enables me to achieve such an award. So it's definitely the mortgage brokers, the professionals, right? The clients that stick to me even when they could have purchased with somebody else and they're like, hey, Matthew, you're the person that I want. I have people in line right now that are putting, their financing together because they says, hey, you're the guy that I want to use when I'm purchasing my house, because I show them that I'm willing to work for you. I have many opportunities where I could get clients purchase a home that is not right for them, but it's within their budget. But being a man of faith, that don't sit well with me.
Okay.
So I would say that's a hard part to deal with, I would say that's one of the most challenging part. Another challenging part of real estate, in my opinion, is standing up for what you believe in, knowing that it could have been easier another way.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? And sometimes the reality is that there are a lot of people who are doing it the easy way.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, wow, you're tempted to do it the easy way, and you're just reminded that, hey, people are relying on you. People are watching you. One time a lady called me, I have many stories in real estate.
Tell us about that one.
One time a lady called me and she was interviewing me to sell a home. And when she called me, I began to, introduce myself. The lady says, no.
Oh, really?
You don't have to tell me about you. I've been watching you for this amount of time.
Okay, I see.
So she was watching me on my Instagram. She was watching what I comment, how I interact with people and so forth. So people are watching me in real estate to see how I'm doing, how I do my work, right? So I have that representation.
Okay.
Also, being a man of faith, I also have to represent from a kingdom perspective as well.
Yeah.
So I can't just go out there and do what I feel like just because it's possible. So sometimes I look at it, I'm like, I probably could do 1.5 times or 2 times this, but it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Getting an award, knowing that you work hard for it, it's a blessing of the Lord, and you've worked with great people over the last couple of years, it feels different. And I'm the type of person who work very hard and achieve, and the desire of my heart is to whatever I receive, it has to be good success. Good success. That's pretty much what my foundation is built on.
Many people listening are saying, I want to buy in 2026, but I'm not sure when or how to prepare. What are the 3 key things future buyers should be doing right now if they plan to purchase this year?
Well, if you're planning to purchase this year, first person to reach out to is Mr. Bennett.
There you go. That's what I was going to throw that in, but there you go.
No, the reality is that the truth be told, it's the first thing to do is to look at your finances.
Yeah.
See where your finances, where you're at financially.
And you assist with that.
I assist with that because over the years I've worked to build strong relationships with mortgage brokers and mortgage specialists, and then I can align you with someone that will work with you, right? The best, because we have our discussion that says you will best fit with this person. But under the rules and regulations, I have to recommend more than one person to individuals when they come. So most of my clients, I just pretty much educate them first. So I would say, look at your finances.
Okay.
Number 1. And look at how much you're saving, right? You got to have some cash to buy. A lot of people come to me with zero down pay, looking for zero down homes. You could get it done, but you could get it done, but there's some consequences to it, because really and truly, there's technically no zero down. You have to get that money from somewhere.
Yeah.
And people believe that, hey, I'm just going to buy it with zero down. Well, if you're in a strong position to get a zero down, we can work with you.
Okay.
But it's not something that I really recommend. What I recommend is taking the time to budget, to make a plan, and then get to the point where it's execution time, where you start to reach out to your mortgage broker or mortgage specialist. Getting pre-qualified is very important, because it allows you to know exactly the price range that you can shop in. So you're not going to run up in any kind of disappointment, when you go to the final stages of your mortgage and you hear, hey, you can't purchase this home because of your credit score, or this is on your credit, right? So make sure you reach out to a mortgage specialist or a mortgage broker. Another time we'll discuss more about the difference between a mortgage broker and a mortgage specialist. They can reach out to me directly. Sure. And make the plan. Reach out to a realtor, one that is trustworthy, because the reality is that you come to a realtor because they are trained to do what they do.
Supposed to be
professionals.
Yeah.
So you gotta trust them to do their job. You're gonna allow them to do their job as well. So first of all, I think you have to pick somebody who you can trust, a proven track record as well. You're gonna need that as well when you're working with a realtor. So I believe that if you have your finances planned out, you reach out to your mortgage specialist or a broker, they get you pre-qualified. When you come to me, it's bingo, my friend.
What's the difference between $0 down and having a payment down?
Well, in terms of zero down,
yeah,
they got to get the money from somewhere.
Okay.
So you're gonna end up have to be paying back that money, okay, and also paying interest on that money. When you have your 5% down, especially a first-time home buyer, it allows you to go through the process in a more effective way, I would say, because it brings less stress, less concern. Yeah. Because zero down is telling me that you're in a tight spot.
Okay.
Right? So it's gonna take a lot of planning. It's gonna take a lot of commitment to stick on that budget, to stick with the budget, having to pay off the payment that you're borrowing, or if they add it into the mortgage, now you have a higher mortgage. So it's always best to go the traditional way. The best way is to get your 5% down, 20% down if you can. It's even better, but as first time buyer, you can't do the 5%. And I would say it's better to build from there, because you pay your 5% down, you will pay CMHC fee, which is the insurance, and then it's just a more smoother, it's a smoother transaction, I would say.
Here's an
in that term.
Okay, thanks for that, Matthew. Here's an off-topic question: how do you save to buy a home?
How do you save to buy a home?
Hey, listen, it sounds simple, but some of us struggle in terms of planning and saving to buy a home. I know it's funny, right?
I'm a little biased in this because something came to my mind. It was a joke. I hope I could just be transparent here. Yeah. I would say, especially from our community, let's deal with our community a little bit. Yeah. If you're gonna save to buy a home, there's a lot of stuff that you really gotta stop doing, man.
Okay, come tell us about it.
Yes. Number one, as I said, I was in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And I'm not bashing anyone who goes to party and in the entertainment industry and stuff like that, but I spent thousands of dollars when I was in Ontario, going to parties, buying bottles. And when I eventually moved from Ontario to Edmonton and seeing that, my God, I could have purchased a house in Ontario, and look at the appreciation over the last couple of years. Yeah. When I add up how much I spend in the club and to keep parties and all that kind of stuff, I could have owned up one or two houses in, because I have friends who did it just because they had a head start and so forth. And I was just interested in something else different. But what you got to do, you gotta have to be committed. You gotta have to stay focused. You have to have a plan. You gotta do the calculation to see what your 5% is for the kind of house that you desire to purchase. You're gonna have to find out what the amount of closing costs for inspection. If you're buying a condo, for condo documents review,
Yeah.
right? For legal fees, you're gonna have to find out what that is for the first thing before you even start to save.
Yeah.
If you haven't started saving yet, is to start with something. Start with a number. Make a plan. Make that vision clear. So, and you save towards it. That's the first thing that you have to do, because once you realize how much you need to put as a down payment, then you will realize what you need to cut back to get it done. If you gotta have to say no to that, buying that new car,
Yeah.
no to taking that vacation, right? You gotta say no to many of these things if you want to elevate, if you want to move forward, if you want to save. Before I purchased my first, a matter of fact, before I moved to Edmonton, I had to skip a visit
Yeah.
to my home country, which was very important to me. But I had to skip that trip because I know how much it's gonna pull me back.
Say it's expensive, Matthew.
Yeah, man, it's super expensive.
Expensive going back.
It's super expensive going back home, man. And when you're spending thousands of dollars to go back home,
Yeah.
and knowing that you want to purchase a home, bad idea.
Yeah.
Skip that trip, man. That $3,000 trip, skip it. If you skip it 3, 4, 5 times, that's majority of your down payment on an entry home. Yeah.
Thanks for that. What platforms are you on, Matthew, in terms of social media?
I should be on all
All of them?
platforms. But I don't think I'm on all of them, I guess, because social media on a whole is growing so fast, man.
Yeah.
But I'm on TikTok. I don't really use it much, the truth be told. I'm on Facebook. I'm pretty active on Facebook. I make some posts and stuff like that. And I'm also on Instagram, and I can be reached also on WhatsApp. But I don't do a lot of promotions, really.
Yeah.
I'm more a face-to-face
Yeah.
relationship type of person. I'm not saying, like, I'm at the place right now where I need to do more, but majority of my clients comes from referral, because I've spent the 5 years to build that foundation.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where I kind of get most of my clients. So social media, I do definitely need to do more work.
Yeah.
And, educating people about buying and selling and so forth. But it's one thing to take a lot of time to tell people how to purchase homes, when you could also use that time to set up real appointments.
Yeah.
Go meet with individuals who want to know how to save, right? Want to ask you questions. I would rather take a phone call or set up a meeting than to go live on TikTok or whatever. Not saying it's a bad, because everybody have their own strategy, but I find it's more effective just meeting face to face, hopping on a call, talking to somebody from Ontario or BC who would love to come here, and I could share my story with them. But I'm on most of the social media platforms.
As valuable as that is, Matthew, we're in a different dispensation.
I'm telling you, man.
A different era where when you would Google something to find out if it is false or true. Social media is the new Google. Right?
Google, good and bad.
Exactly. So they're looking for the facts being displayed or being shared. And I think that is the trigger in terms of getting more clients or getting more people interested.
I do agree.
Or educating the environment, educating outsiders. That is so.
That's one of my.
As much as you are correct.
Yeah, that's in the plan. I'm definitely. You gotta always have something to work on, right?
Absolutely.
I'm definitely gonna work on my social media.
Room for improvement.
Presence, most definitely. Accept it.
Outside of real estate, what motivates you, Matthew? In terms of and what community involvements are you in, and what are some of your personal goals for your career?
Well, I'm involved. Most of my serving is through my local church, Word of Life International Ministries. That's where I do most of my my servings. Still out in the community, still doing volunteering here and there. Not as much as I should, but you got to find a balance.
Absolutely.
Right? You're going to have to put in work to grow in a certain area. Having a wife and 3 kids, right? And we're talking about doing this while I was working at Transit,
Oh yeah,
having a construction company.
super that.
That's what I'm saying. It's super busy. So you have to kind of have a balance,
Yeah.
right? So as much as I believe and love volunteering, you have to build up yourself where you have the opportunity now to volunteer, to spend that time, because now you have a business that is growing, sustainable, and now your family could live off it. But I do serve in through my local church mostly because we do a lot. We do outreach and stuff like that. So it's still broad. So it's still good.
And where do you see yourself in the next? Let's just throw in 5 years.
5 years
in the business, or anything else you want to share.
Yeah. Well, I would say in the next 5 years, the way I look at life is a little bit different.
Tell us about it.
In the next 5 years, I just want to help more families.
Okay.
Just want to help more families. There's a lot of people who are planning to purchase in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And I want to be that guy that they call to help them to sell their home, purchase a home, do an investment. So I'm here for the people. I have goals for sure, but I want to grow with the people. As the city grows, I want to grow with the city. I want to grow with the people. So I just want to be a better Matthew Bennett.
Yeah.
More time serving. That's what I want to be in the next 5 years, helping people. I've helped so many people to get into real estate, you know. Yeah, man, I've helped a lot of people to become realtor. But with that being said, some of the goals that I have is that I want to grow the construction company that we started. Shout out to Innovative Builders. Yeah, I want to grow the construction company. We want to get more into investment, multifamilies, and just buying and flipping properties and so forth like that. That's where I want to see the growth. I want to be at a place where I could, with my innovative team, being able to build homes that is suitable for people's desire, in the sense that they get exactly what they're looking for. Because a lot of times you buy from different builders, and builders will be great at open to below concept, or like a half duplex with a legal suite.
Yeah.
And if you go to, when you look at, say, their roofing or their flooring job, or whoever they contract that out to, it's not the greatest job.
Okay.
So I would like to be more of like a custom builder, where you're like, hey, this is what my desire is, and we laid out and we deliver exactly what you get. So that's kind of that my passion is big into generational wealth. So investment is a big driving force of that. And as I always discuss with my friends, is that we want to grow together. We want to make it together. So even though they have their different careers too, they're doing pretty good as well, but I don't want to be a real estate agent that is doing great and the people who help me to build is not up to that level. In a sense, I want to grow with them. I want to build with them. So I want to transfer the connections and everything that I have through real estate into the building side, the construction side, so they can benefit from it as well. It started already, which is great, but we want to grow it over the next 5 years. And then also there's always newcomers coming from the Caribbean as well. I want to be able to be a help to them when they come. They says, hey, we want to learn a trades. And even in the community youth groups, being a part of the youth group of my church as well, I want to be able to help. Say someone want to get into construction, you want to become an electrician, you could join Innovative. You want to become a plumber, you can join Innovative. Those are the kind of desires that I have, the goals that I have, to be honest. In the next 5 years, I'm looking at just be a better person overall, a better agent overall. Right.
Well, hopefully this show will play a part in selling the ideas you have, the wisdom you have, who you are, and so forth.
Most definitely.
So let's take the opportunity, guys. We just want to ask that you help us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share.
Yes.
say something in the comment section so the algorithms can pick up the show called One Step and share our story. Subscribing is free. Just so you know.
You do have to pay to buy a house.
Subscribing
you do have to buy a house, but you can subscribe for free. You can get the information to purchase the house. So technically you're getting that for free, right?
What advice would you give to someone considering a career in real estate? Today?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
The passion that I have for real estate, I would first say, if you don't have a true desire to help people, I would probably say stay away from real estate. Because the love of money and the exposure that you get from real estate in a whole, if you're not grounded, man, you're gonna do some pretty crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's why the money laundering and all that kind of stuff organization, they're so strict because of the loopholes and different things that you can do through real estate. So I want to say, you first got to have the passion. If you don't have you have to do what you're going to love. And if you're not driven, if you don't have the passion for it, I would say, choose a different career. Pick something, go be a mechanic. Go be a mechanic. Not even a mechanic, because if you don't love what you're gonna do, you're gonna put people's life in jeopardy. But I would say pick something that you care about, something that you love. So if real estate is something that you love, you want to build generational wealth, you want to help people. I would say just take the leap of faith and take the course. I have many people reach out to me and be like, how can I become a realtor? There's lots of room for everyone. There's a lot of houses in Edmonton. Not to mention you have St. Albert, Sherwood Park, Spruce Grove, Beaumont. You have so many different cities that you can, you can do your business. So there's a lot for everyone. If you have the passion, take the leap of faith, take the course. Reach out to realtors that you look up to or that you see doing a good job, and reach out to them. Say, hey, can you mentor me? Can you help me? Can you give me some information? Point me in the right direction. I would say start by once you have that passion, start by getting information, seeking that information, and then you will. That's pretty much what I would say is the starting point. First have the passion, and then
you mentioned taking the course.
Yeah.
Is there a particular university or avenue that you can have that course done?
Well, I took the course in the pandemic,
Okay, COVID era.
Yeah, so online, you could do it online as well.
Okay.
I don't remember if you go to RECA, that's RECA.ca. RECA.ca. Yeah. If you go to RECA.ca, you can find all the information there on how to become a realtor.
Okay.
I have a good friend now, building that relationship. She's in Calgary. She's taking her course right now, so I could get the service. If somebody reached out to me and they want to know the service provider, I could get their website and send it over to you. But I would say the first point is real estate association. Yeah.
On the topic of,
they can point you to RECA.
Okay. On the topic of reaching out to you, Matthew, if people want to connect directly to ask questions, as you just suggested, he suggested it.
Yeah.
How did they get to you?
Well, you can get to me on my cell phone number.
Are you okay sharing that, or
most definitely?
I can put it in the show notes too.
No, it's okay. I'm okay sharing it, because guess what? Maybe you can take up some space from the scammers, because I get so many scam calls, my friend, that maybe you can take up some space. But yeah, my number is a public number. I'm a business person, right? Okay. So they can call me 780-566-2375. Thanks for sharing. That's the number to reach me at.
And if you guys want to just comment and say, hey,
what's your email?
Just put it in the comment section. I will get it and I'll pass it on to Matthew.
Definitely.
Also, so that's another avenue you can reach out to him.
Yes, sir.
Bennett will sell it.
Most definitely, man.
I'm gonna hold out that tagline for a while.
It's a tight one, man.
Anything you want to say before we wrap up, Matthew? Anything you want to leave with our listeners?
Yeah, I want to say that one of the best investment, if you do it right, that you can make is purchasing your first home. It's one of the best way to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
The appreciation, especially in the city of Edmonton that is growing so much, the appreciation that you can get on your house over the next, say, 5 years, you're probably going to have to work real hard to save up that kind of money.
Okay.
So you could purchase a home, start to build equity, and still do your job, make your money work for you. So I would say that if you're sitting on the sideline and you're thinking that Edmonton is not going anywhere, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Right? There's many development that's happening around the city. I would say go out and travel, look at the city and see what's happening. So I would say make an investment.
Yeah.
Right. And if you have one house, there's opportunity. You can, if you can handle it, you can learn about investment and buy an investment property.
Okay.
Renters could be difficult to deal with, but if you get a good renter, you could do pretty well. Yeah. And also I've helped, we're helping individuals now who, because we have the construction company, if you're looking to invest, like you want to flip, you want to buy, sell, you know, or you want to just get in the market overall, we're here to help. We can point you in the right direction if you want to invest, if you want to buy, renovate the property, sell it, or buy it and renovate it and then rent it out and then refinance it. However you want to do it, just reach out to me. I'm happy to share the information. But invest, man. Do. Yeah. Edmonton is gonna go a far way. Where it's like when you think about getting a 3-bedroom half duplex semi-detached right now for $425. Some people is gonna say expensive. I remember people used to say it's expensive to purchase in Edmonton. Yeah. When half duplexes were $300 and $325, and they're still saying the same thing at $425. But when you look at comparing other cities, there's lots of room for growth. So get in while you can, and because of the vast difference and because of what drives Edmonton market, people moving from a different city, moving from a house that $800,000. One of my clients had a house for about $800,000 in Ontario. Yep. It was a townhouse.
I can see that.
And when she told me that it didn't have any garage, I couldn't believe it. And she sold and purchased a single family here. So I'm saying that those who are moving are coming out from province. They're okay with paying $425. Yeah. The problem is Edmontonians. They believe that Edmonton is always going to be Edmonton. That's not the truth. That's man. A myth. That's a myth. So I believe that get in there, because there's a lot of investors that are invested in Edmonton, and before you know it, they're just going to fill all the pockets, fill the gap, and then all of a sudden, those who want to live in Edmonton is now living in Spruce Grove.
I love Spruce Grove. What are you talking about?
No, Spruce Grove is nice, but I'm saying you work here.
Yeah, you want to work in the city.
You work here. You can afford to purchase here. You love living here. Of course. You know, because there's certain people who love living in, say, Spruce Grove or Sherwood Park. I love Sherwood Park too. You know, love living there. Yeah. They want to live here. I mean, right? They can afford it. It's going to switch from wanting to live here and cannot afford it. Yeah. Now you have the opportunity to buy in Edmonton if you can. If the market gets super crazy and you can't handle the traffic, then you could leave and go out of the city, because typically how the city grows, the major city always be one of the most expensive cities. So you will always have an opportunity to buy as the city grow on the outskirts, but it will be difficult to buy in the central of Edmonton.
I only see price appreciating.
Yeah, there's lots of room
still. Years go by.
Most definitely.
Matthew, we truly appreciate you. You have offered
us a while, right?
so much valuable information. Yes, and yes, it's been a while. Yeah. But nevertheless, we're here. I'm still grateful you're here.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, boss.
This show is called One Step. Let's talk about the journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You all take care and bye.
Bless day.
That's all, yeah.